Hi everybody, Marty Rubin here, Director of Sales at the Argyle Theater, and welcome back to another edition of Marty's Corner. And we are lucky to have Alessandro Viviano, better known as Andy, who is lightening up the crowd every night with his rock and roll and shake and twirling as Elvis Presley.
Lots of knee movements,
Yes,
lots of hip rolls.
The crowd has been loving you. Elvis Presley, all right, that's like the biggest name, the most dynamic name in rock and roll history.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was a Mount Rushmore of rock and roll icons, Elvis Presley would be it. What is it like to take on a role, a larger-than-life role like Elvis Presley?
Well, because Elvis is so well documented, there's a lot of source material to draw on.
Right.
So once I got cast, the first 2-3 weeks, and even up till today, watching just how he moved and how he dealt with people, even in interviews, not just on the stage. Because what's important about the show is it's not the character that we all associate with Elvis at the end of his life.
Right.
You know, the guy in Vegas, the guy in all white, the guy who had sunglasses on while he was performing. This is Elvis at the age of 21. This is
just getting started.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is just a kid who has a lot of talent and is kind of being pulled out of his shell still.
Right. Well, as everybody knows, I'm into sports. Okay, so in baseball, if somebody said the word Willie, you're talking about Willie Mays. Okay?
Sure, of course.
If you're talking about basketball and you say Michael, that means Michael Jordan.
Yep.
You say Elvis, everybody knows Elvis.
Oh yeah.
So did you study old footage of him, like in concerts? I mean, how do you find his movements?
Well, again, YouTube is an incredible source because all these people have these videos from years and years ago, and you could literally go year by year and song by song and find videos of Elvis doing these songs live. You know, whether it's at the Naval Academy or, in Vegas or any one of his shows, and almost his entire catalog is up on YouTube in live
That's
performance.
a source that was around him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Well, he has a lot of signature songs. Okay,
he does.
When you do Hound Dog, I mean, you got the crowd eating out of your hand. They're going nuts. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, do you feed off the energy of the crowd?
Oh man, how could you not? I mean, you're there and they're there, and it's not the worst thing to play a rock star because every once in a while you get to actually think and embody that rock star and just. I'm up here with a full band who's incredible, who knows exactly what they're doing, and I get a solid 4 or 5 minutes of just living there and just being on top of the world.
It's good stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
We really love it. Where are you from?
I'm from New York City, New York, born and raised. Yeah.
And you're from a theater family. Your parents are Broadway performers.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Did they inspire you to get into theater?
They did. They made sure when I was younger they didn't force it upon me. I played sports growing up my entire life. Travel baseball, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, pretty much any sport you can name, I played it. And my junior year of high school, I auditioned for this theater program in the city, and it was, a specialized theater program, and I just went with a friend to audition, and I ended up getting in this theater program, and I was like, this could be fun. And the show they were doing was Rent, so it was all about community and love and in New York City, so it was just very surreal for me.
Yes.
And I came home from getting the, part in the ensemble, and my mom said, you do this show, you're gonna end up doing theater, I know it. I just know it. And I was like, come on. And here we are, 6 years later.
Absolutely. Why do you think $1 Million Quartet is such a crowd pleaser?
Oh, I mean, it's the music. It's the music, it's the icons. It's really the birth of a whole genre of music. I mean, you hear these songs, and then you listen to today's music, and you just hear all the same motifs, and you hear all the influence that, Carl Perkins and Elvis drew from, even, before them. And it's just an incredible cycle of how music progresses through time. And now you can hear, big rap artists sampling these rock and roll songs and trying to make their own version and spin of it. It's really interesting.
Yeah, at the end of the show, when the crowd is going crazy and the standing ovations are unbelievable.
Dancing.
And when when it fades away for you,
Yeah.
okay, and Elvis has left the building.
Elvis leaves the building.
All right, I always wanted to say that. Elvis has left the building, you know. What does Alessandro Viviano take away from his time here at the Argyle Theater?
I think mainly it's being able to learn through Elvis. You know, I'm about a year older than Elvis was at this point in his life, so we have pretty much at the same point, although he's a little farther in his career than I was, just progressively. But it's basically about learning, I don't want to say the pitfalls, because, you know, he's here, he's trying to figure out how he could better his career for the rest of his life.
Right.
But ultimately, at the end of the show, he goes back to New York, and Sam doesn't join him, and we all know the rest.
Right, the rest is history.
The rest is rock and roll history.
Rock and roll history. Well, listen, unfortunately, this is the last weekend of $1 Million Quartet. We've had such a blast here. This Sunday, the 23rd, June 23rd, is the last opportunity to see Alessandro and all of his fantastic cast. I mean, they're so good. And like you were saying, it's rock and roll history, and I think that's why everybody's been so into this, you know, and it feels like you are those characters, you know, on stage. So come on down to the Argyle Theater and experience what everybody's been saying has been a fantastic show. So again, we wish to see you down here very soon. Take care for now.